Welcome back to For the Fans on Phenomenal TV with myself, Itumeleng Khabanda, a show that provides you with your weekly updates as to everything that's happening in the world of sport. I'm back with the man who was on the couch last week. He was just that good. We gave him an AKA this week, and it's Roger Riri. How about that? Hi, Ria.
Yes, shine bright like a diamond. That's me.
It reminds me of Rihanna, really. The day we blow out your hair, you'll probably look like Rihanna.
No, please, I'm not shuffled. Please, no.
Well, as you can see, he's in the building, and we will be talking to him a little bit later to talk about the hot topics from this weekend. But to kickstart things, we need to get into that weekly update, and this weekend, it was all about the Telkom Netball League as it concluded, and the Gauteng Jaguars, I don't think there's anyone who can stop them, as they recorded their fifth championship within the Telkom Netball League. We also had the Eastern Cape Aloes as they secured a victory and came out tops. This is in Division 2, so congratulations to both teams. I mean, it's good times for them, and this is the growth of netball, so this is a fantastic thing as a build-up to 2023. In football news, shout out to Marumo Gallants as they were the only South African team to secure a victory as they secured a 2-0 victory against AS Vita Club. A brace by Qilimbi Longema was enough to secure their maximum points and a big advantage as they go into their next match. If you missed it, here are the results that came in from the other teams. It was AmaZulu up against TP Mazembe. It was deadlocked there, no goals scored. We had Marumo Gallants, as mentioned, against AS Vita Club. That was a 2-1 victory for us. Orlando Pirates also deadlocked match as they went up against Diable Noir. It was 0-0. And then finally, Mamelodi Sundowns. I think it was exciting to see them play also because they're dominating locally. So it was very interesting to see them play and get more competition to see really, are they really just that good? It was a 2-2 draw against Mainema Union, and we'll have to wait and see as to what the next round has in store. Well, as a South African, I am satisfied with the results that came in this weekend simply because there were no losses. And it's time now for me to check in with some of the tweets that came in because I believe that some people actually do share the same sentiments as me. This is a tweet. It's not about continental football, but it's actually talking about the league. Yes, I'm a Kosacha because it was a victory for Kaizer Chiefs. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But this tweet is from Dobisani, and it says, "Good morning, Makosi. Enjoy your day. Consistency is key. Hoping to get another 3 points come Sunday. We played well against Chipa and scored goals. There is room for improvement, though. In Coach Baxter and the boys, I believe. Hashtag Amakosi for life. Love and peace." Another tweet coming in here. This is about continental football. It says, it's from Sundowns Extra. It says, "Not the results that we wanted, but 2 important away goals. We take it. Hashtag Sundowns, hashtag CAF Champions League." And finally, the last tweet comes in from Nkululego, and he says, "Onyango handed Al Ahly a goal last season. This thing of having a permanent spot in the starting lineup is costing us. Hashtag Sundowns." Now let's unpack some of the topics that came in from the weekend, starting things off with domestic football. Ria, this is one that, I don't even know how Amakosi should be feeling. Kaizer Chiefs secured a win over Chipa United, if you ask me personally. I'm not excited. I'm happy for them, but I'm not excited.
Look, I watched the game.
Yeah.
And especially transitioning from another country's football into that, I'm not impressed.
You shouldn't have done that.
I understand, but I'm not impressed I saw them moving sideways and backwards, but nothing penetrative. Nothing. Yeah, sure, they got goals, and the goals mislead you, and you think, oh, it was a fantastic game. But there's still so much to unpack in that squad, and so much that they have to offer. And I hope they will stick with the manager. Even though I said he might get fired, I hope they will still stick with him and show what the team can do.
So do you think Baxter knows what he's doing?
I mean, he's a coach. He
Yeah, but that
studies,
doesn't mean that the coach is always right, though. That's what I should be saying.
Then it brings us back to this question. Can we say a coach knows what he's doing? Because at the end of the day, the circumstances are always different. You could go to school, learn something, go into the real world, and it's different. So it's all about, can he sell what he sees to not just the players, but the whole, everything associated with Kaizer Chiefs? Can he do that? And if he can do that, then he will be successful.
I mean, Let's be fair. Chippa United was weak on the day.
True.
Chippa United, they were,
Yes.
I hate to say it, but they were dismal.
Yes, they didn't show up. The bus showed up, they didn't show up.
So with Kaizer Chiefs, do you think we should give them probably like 3 more games before we say that, listen, this could be the return of Amakosi into the PSL?
I wouldn't even give them 3 more games. Give them games.
How many more?
Up till they come against at least 2 of the stronger sides and we see what is happening, then we can nitpick. Then we can say, okay, after that, there is a future, there's no future, Baxter bye. Then only we can say that.
Just to close up on the topic of Kaizer Chiefs, we haven't seen a lot of Kamabiliat because he has been hammered by injuries for the longest time. With you seeing him providing those assists, also finding the back of the net, are we happy with that? What do you say about his form? Because when I see him playing and I see Donny playing, and then I'm just like, yo, okay, the Castro, and I just miss that.
Honestly, I also think Castro would have been an interesting dynamic. Not there. But the Karma thing, interesting, you brought it up, and his assistant, everything. He's a phenomenal player, we know that. Does he have the discipline to maintain a certain pedigree throughout the season? We've seen him at Ajax, we've seen him at Sundowns.
Besides injuries?
Besides injuries, that's
okay,
what I'm
fair.
saying. I've never seen him, even in a year where he does not get injuries, I've never seen him consistent to a point where I'm like, yeah, he's on fire now. Everyone must be worried. There's still certain things where he forgets about the team and becomes an individual that frustrates not just the fans, but you can see on the field players are not happy to be in that space with him.
Let's cross abroad because that's where you started before you watched Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
It was Leicester City, Manchester United. It was not a good day for the Red Devils.
It was a
Definitely
good day
not.
till they equalized. That it was. I mean, Greenwood screamer. What a goal.
That was beautiful.
What a goal. The tempo of the game up till that point, interesting. But as soon as Leicester's midfield came back into the game and Tielemans started drawing those strings.
Oh, listen, he was all over Pogba.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that, like, I have so much to say, not only because it's my team, but I've got so much to say because I hate any club putting players on the pitch because of pedigree, not because of what they do for the team. And I felt in this game, that's what happened, and it showed. Because the minute Leicester rallied and united, it was like they're Man United and we're Leicester.
I remember because we were like virtually watching the game together, and I didn't notice that Ronaldo was playing until I saw him and the ball came to him, right? Do you now believe that the Manchester United squad is supposed to be built around Cristiano Ronaldo, and in a sense that because everywhere where we've seen Ronaldo play, the squad is somewhat built around him, so that's where we get his strengths from. Do you think this should be the same thing when it comes to Manchester United?
Look, I'm going to go on a whim and say that's probably why Juventus got rid of him. Because building a team around a 30-something-year-old is scary because he could get a career-ending tackle. He could decide, I'm done with football. You understand? So I love the fact that they're still reiterating that they are building their team around Rashford. But in the meantime, when Rashford is injured, we can't have these mishaps, lack of attack and everything. And his gameplay, the way Ronaldo prefers to play, I've said it before and I'll keep saying it, it doesn't suit the team because preseason they had a forward-thinking, forward-running attacker in that position. The wingers were dropping and then spinning and running. But now, none of them are basically playing at their peak because they want to play the system they went through preseason with. But now everything has had to change because Ronaldo is here. And it seems at the moment he must start. And that's an issue.
Fair.
That is
an issue. And I think also another thing that is an issue is the fact that the relationship between Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't know how that's going to end.
Look,
because I think it's becoming to a point where we can't differentiate between work and our personal relationship.
Exactly.
And we saw that at the end of the game when he wanted to storm off and not say, "I'll greet the fans."
Exactly. And it's hard. They were players together. They're friends together. And everything. Now, imagine if he has to be hard on on Ronaldo. There's much more than just.
And he's a superstar on top of that.
You understand? Player coach relationship. There's much more here. And I think that's what's causing the problem, because I think at this point in time, the destabilization that's happened in the team is because Ole can't and it's not just Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I think Ole can't walk out to Pogba and say, listen, I know you want to start, but clearly playing deeper in midfield is beating you. You don't have the pace for the English game. You understand?
Yeah.
Up till he does that, I think Man United's seesaw is going to continue.
I mean, just to conclude the topic, because there's so much that we can unpack when it comes to this conversation. Manchester United, undoubtedly, as individuals, has so much individual brilliance. I mean, from the back going forward, Harry Maguire, let's not go there.
Not from the back. Not from the back.
Let's not go there.
From the midfield forward, yes.
Listen, don't leave other kids out. As individuals, Manchester United has individual brilliance. But it seems that that's not working in their favor at this moment. It seems that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer kind of like needs help, but management and people who are at the top of the hierarchy are not seeing that because they're still backing him. And when reading articles, they're saying that they are sticking with him and they're not planning on letting go of him anytime soon.
I'm going to say this. Any board that brings in a coach, 3 years later, you still don't have results and you back them. I like those guys because they finally are understanding you can chop and change the coaches, but the problem will remain. Even before he came, Van Gaal and Mourinho couldn't get Pogba to be consistent. So is the problem the manager, or is there something in the squad that needs to be dealt with?
Deeper issues.
I
mean, Pogba did say that they deserved to lose that match.
Exactly.
And it sounded, when you listen to what he said, it sounded like they're bigger issues to what we are exposed to and what we're seeing.
I mean, the players that we know give 180%. Wan Bissaka, where was he?
Yeah.
You understand? It's affecting other players. And we know when certain players are on the pitch, when Martial, who's not my favorite player, I'll admit, when Martial is on the pitch, the players around him play negatively. When Matic is there, they play negatively. So something has to, either all players in a specific position have to adhere to a certain style so that everyone's happy, or ship them out.
Yeah.
Ship them out. If they bring in negativity, ship them out. It's that simple.
To close it off, let's talk about cricket. Drama at CSA. I feel like that is the theme for CSA this year. Like, they're just like dramatic.
Yeah, no, what they did was, no, you don't do that, ever. First of all, yes, Chennai Super Kings won.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Those who bet, congratulations.
Yes. But also, mentioning just one South African. Sure, Imran is retired. No, he's still a South African. Give him recognition for his win. And then Faf is not retired.
Still playing.
Then he was man of the match, and then
boundaries.
you overlook him, you know. And sure, other people will make it a race thing that no, they wanted the black guy.
I wanted to say to you that if tables were turned and Lungingiti was probably man of the match, and this happened like the other way around, the race card was going to come out so quickly.
Exactly. So it's really I'm with Dale Steyn in the tweets he was sending to CSA. He said, no, you got to own up to the mistake. Don't just delete it. Own up to the mistake, apologize, then give us a new updated post with every South African that was involved in that game. And
I mean,
in
it
that
is
win.
teamwork at the end of the day.
Exactly. Because now doing it this way, CSA is already, and the Protea squad is already struggling in certain things, and it shows in our game. And then you go and do that. Now players are not going to be motivated to play.
Yeah.
That need to play. Imagine if Faf gets called up again.
I was about to say, ahead of an important tournament that we have coming up, that kind of like dents your morale and your personal
You just don't want to do it. We've lost so many international players to countries like England. Kevin Peterson comes to mind. Do we still want to go down that It's time for change. We don't want to go down that road anymore. It's time for change. Do it right, guys. Do it right. I believe in CSA.
You spoke about tweets. I cannot. This is the last thing we're going to talk about. So the Cox Sportif, the title sponsor for Bafana.
Yeah.
So they post yesterday, well, this weekend, that we're going to be playing up against Ethiopia.
What? 1 week
I
late.
kid you not. I thought it was going to be recent, but yeah,
Maybe
anyway.
they sent the message a week ago, but
No,
because
but then
it
as
came from
title
France.
sponsor-
It came from France.
No,
So,
yeah.
you know,
So
duty
maybe it's-
tags. You know when you order something online.
So, listen. Okay, what's your highlight of this weekend? What are we looking for this week?
This weekend we've got the Classical, we've got the Reds derby, that's Liverpool
Will El
Manchester
Clasico be the
United.
same without Messi?
Yes, it's
Okay.
always big. There's the Inter Milan Juventus derby and Formula One.
Yeah.
So it's a big sporting weekend for me. Unfortunately, there's no boxing, but yeah, it's good. They know how much we need it.
Yeah.
They know. Yeah, that's it for me.
Well, if you're going to ask me as to what I'm looking forward to this week, obviously this week we have Banyana back in action. They're playing their AFCON qualifiers. They will be playing up against Mozambique this week. Good news for the squad is that we have our international players back, which means that we can somewhat do again what we did for the Aisha Buhari Cup, which we clinched because we were playing with our international stars infused with our locals. So good luck to Desiree Ellis and the ladies, and let me know what sporting code or what sporting event are you looking forward to this week. Leave your comments down below. Use the hashtag. It's hashtag for the fans. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe, because this is a show that is created and curated for nobody
But the fans.
but the fans. There we go.
I was never ready for that.